Hi guys, my name is Shivani and you are welcome to Happy Holi. Today I am going to be addressing some of the most frequently asked questions related to VBAC that I have received. So on my VBAC labor and delivery story, I received hundreds of comments that I kind of managed to condense into these 5-6 broad category of questions that I thought I'll make a video about and share with you today. So I know some of you may like to know more and deep dive into the reasons behind the answers, some of the answers that I'll be giving you today. So I will try and mention some of these links and studies in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get started. The first question is around scar thickness. What was my scar thickness, whether the scar was thin, whether it matters if the scar is thin or not, whether the scar thickness is directly related to the uterus rupture risk. For those of you who may not be aware, scar thickness is essentially an ultrasound that is done and around the 37th week of your pregnancy to know what is the status of your previous cesarean scar and how thick or thin it is. So in my case, my hospital as a policy did not believe that scar thickness impacts uterine rupture. So my scar thickness was never measured, and but I do believe that 90% of the doctors do ask for scar thickness, and when I was kind of evaluating which doctor to go to, and when I was also kind of evaluating doctors on their VBAC friendliness, I was told that around the 37th week is when we will kind of check for the scar thickness, and then if your scar thickness is low, we will not be able to go ahead with the VBAC. Second question is around the weight of the baby. What was the weight of my baby when he or she was born, and if the weight of the baby is a factor in whether you will be able to deliver vaginally or not. So the weight of my baby when I delivered was 2.65 kgs. She was on the lower end of the spectrum as far as weight was concerned, and doctors did believe that it did play a part in my being able to deliver her vaginally. What is most important over here is pelvic alignment and how mobile are your pelvic joints. And I'll link this beautiful article by Spinning Babies on whether the baby is weight or how big the baby is and how that kind of plays into your being able to deliver naturally. But the short answer is that the baby's being big or small has less of an impact in you being able to deliver vaginally as compared to how mobile are your pelvic joints and how good is your pelvic alignment, both of which can be worked on during your pregnancy. The third question, uterine rupture. I think this is really the king of all questions, and because all the time families are being told and women are being told that your uterus is going to rupture if you try for a VBAC, right? Well, the truth is, if your scar, if your cesarean scar is a transverse scar, then the chances of your uterus getting ruptured is less than 0.1 or 0.2%. When C-section used to be done in a way that the scar was classical or the scar was like so, then the uterine rupture chances were far higher, and that is when people would say that okay, if you kind of try for a VBAC, your uterus might rupture. But now things have changed a lot, and cesareans are being done in a very different manner. In those 1% cases where uterus rupture may occur, it can be managed with an immediate cesarean, which is why it becomes imperative that the VBAC is attempted in a well-equipped hospital, a hospital that has a 24 hours operation theatre. Also, what's very important to note over here is that a lot of people talk about the risk of the uterus getting ruptured, but I don't think enough is spoken about the risks of a repeat C-section. So I want you to look into this term called placenta accreta, and just know that the chances of a placenta accreta occurring are considerably higher than a uterus rupture occurring. So please ask your doctor about placenta accreta. The next question is around VBAC after 2 C-sections, and my heart completely goes out to the mothers who are asking me this question. I know exactly where you're coming from. Unfortunately, at this point in time in India, there aren't enough facilities that support a VBAC after 2 C-sections. However, the good news is that there are. I do believe there is a hospital in Hyderabad. I will link it down below. They have done VBACs with 2 prior C-sections, and the head of the institute has written this beautiful story and this beautiful article about this mother who delivered vaginally after 2 C-sections. So please do check out the story. There are many encouraging videos on YouTube around VBACs after 2 C-sections. So do check them out as well. The short answer is yes, it is definitely possible. Is it hard to find an institute or a doctor that supports VBAC after 2 sections? Yes, it is, but it is not impossible. Please check out the institute that I am linking in the description box below. The next question is around when to plan your second pregnancy. I want to really kind of give you a cheer there, because you are thinking ahead and you are trying to plan right from the get-go, and I'm rooting for you, just know that. So, well, the technical answer is that between 2 deliveries, if you are attempting a VBAC, there should be a gap of 18 to 24 months. Okay. Having said that, what I really want you to think about is that how do you feel in your body? Whether your C-section was 1 year ago, 15 months ago, 18 months ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even 7-10 years ago, doesn't matter. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel fit? Are your numbers on point? Are you it's really about how is your stamina, how good do you feel in your body? Do you feel like there's something wrong with your C-section scar? Do you feel any sort of abnormalities in that area, so to speak? So it's really about how you feel. Like I have mentioned in my C-section recovery story, I recovered well from my C-section, and a lot of the credit for that goes to my the doctor who did my C-section, and a lot of the credit also goes to my family for supporting me in the right way to recover correctly from that C-section, and my body recovered right, which is why when after 14 months of that delivery, of the C-section delivery, when I did conceive, I felt fit. I felt like I could do this, and that is how the process kind of started. So really, I want you to think about how you feel and kind of really take charge of your nutrition, of your well-being, mental and physical, and really take it forward from there. I will be doing a video very soon around the steps that you can take before you conceive, and people who are planning to conceive, regardless of the kind of delivery you may be kind of aiming for, because yes, it is, I think, really imperative to be in the right frame of mind, physically, emotionally, mentally, and there are things you can do to ensure that you are setting yourself up for a smooth pregnancy. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. If I have missed out anything in terms of the questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below and I will try and address it. There was a comment around diet towards a VBAC, and I will be doing a separate video, like I mentioned, towards conception, so we'll cover that there. And till the next time we meet, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you.